Demon Seed.
Walcott, you must be mistaken.
It's now, it's here.
Come on down here and help with this.
Demon Seed.
Paranormal existence.
You mean to say you came here purposely?
The first move in the great conspiracy had been made.
Begin when we're ready.
It wasn't in my usual folder. There was
You see, that tends to happen with these computers.
Zencaster.
It's terrible how it happens these days. I was trying to look at pictures of my own anus that I'd emailed to myself. I looked and looked and looked. They were all in my bloody junk box. Of course, by the time I'd found them, my wife had seen them. She was disgusted. Now she's left.
Yes. Your junk. Your trunk is full of junk. Whatever this.
Indeed. Fruit-flavoured junk, beef-flavoured junk, pies of all sorts. Anything you can dream of is all in my junk.
Your
Michael.
milkshake brings all the boys to the bar. Damn right, it's better than yours.
Indeed. I get loose and produce large amounts of juice. The words of Missy Elliott. Indeed. Wonderful.
Great days. We've got beautiful lyrics these days.
Really good. Really good. Strong, I would say.
Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say, wayo, wayo.
Oh. Well, I often ask the question, who let the dogs out? And often they will reply to me, but then they will proceed to punch me in the testicles, stamp on my penis, and then place a wooden rolling pin in my anus and force me into a vat of hot water. But it's the way the young people are today. Wonderful.
Yes. Well, I'm looking forward, John, to some paranormal shenanigans. I really am.
I tell you what, paranormal as AF this week. We are going deep. It's a deep dive. Right in through the mouth, up in through some of the tubes. Right
through the old third eye.
Yeah.
That's the left eye, the right eye, the cock eye. Isn't it?
I love all the eyes. And when you get them all together, you get I, boy with a pie. Fantastic.
Yeah, well, so Jim Diamond sang a song about it, didn't he?
What, I, boy with a pie?
I should have known better. Yeah.
Any good Jim Diamond? I've never really gotten into Jim. I mean, would you go for a whole album of Jim Diamond?
No. I used to get Jim Diamond and Neil Diamond mixed up, but I don't know why.
I've
always had the names Jim and Neil mixed up.
I have problems with Neil Diamond, as you know, but you're quite a big fan of Neil.
Each one there had one thing shared. They have sweater beneath the same sun, looked up in wonder at the same moon, and wept when it was all done, for being done too soon, Yeah, do you like a bit of Neil Diamond?
For great stuff. He wears those funny clothes. He goes on stage. The crowd clap. He leaves.
He's earned it.
Yeah, he practiced for years. That kid was just going nowhere.
Most of the time, and the feeling is laid back. Palm trees grow and the rent's so low, but I keep thinking about making my way back. That's it. Come on. Let's.
I'm hyped now. I'm ready for this. I don't know when it'll kick in, but it's going to be so strong when it kicks in. It's going to be honestly. It's going to be brilliant. Have you had a meal before we started tonight, or?
What did I have? I've been in a bit of a rush today, John, to be honest. So I bought some chilled pizzas from Tesco.
Good choice.
And made myself and the kids, mixed it up, obviously. I'm not a bad dad.
Yeah. Not a bad dad, just doesn't know how to behave.
Just not a bad dad. Just doesn't know how to behave. One pepperoni, one margarita, and we just mixed it up, you know what I mean? So
lovely. Good.
You either end up then with a margarita that offends vegetarians, or you end up with a pepperoni. What's what I'm looking for? Pepperoni.
Nipple pizza.
Pepperoni.
Yeah.
Pepperoni pizza that hasn't got enough meat on it.
I don't mind a pepperoni, but I do think of tit meat when I look at it. I will eat it, but I do think that someone's sliced their own nipples off, put it on the pizza, and is trying to force you to eat it, which is a disgusting.
If they called it a scaramanga pizza, I'd probably enjoy it even more.
It would just have 3 bits of meat on it. That's all it would.
That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Scaramanga, 12-inch scaramanga, please.
And the
Mr. Bond.
When the
Who
chef
plays
comes
Scaramanga?
out,
That was, what's his name, wasn't it? It was off the old Hammer House of Ding Dongs. What's his name?
Christopher Lee. I quite like a James Bond, but they're all a bit the same. Everyone goes on about them,
No relation to Rusty Lee, was he?
Oh, now you're talking Rusty Lee. See, this is what the kids want. We're going deep already, and we have not even fucking 5 minutes into this. We haven't done an intro.
Not even Christy Lee from Billy Joel.
Straight into Rusty Lee. Fucking God, this is strong. Yeah, this is really cool. Where do we go next? We've had Rusty Lee. What happens? I'm just gonna have a sip of drink. Hang on.
Where would Jamie and the Magic Torch go next? I think we all know, down that big bloody helter-skelter.
I tell you what he'd do. He'd go into the bed and he'd put the torch under his ball bag and he'd turn it on and look at the red light coming through. And he'd wonder what the insides do and how they work.
Pretend it was an alien sack again. Yeah, with 2 little aliens in it.
Mum, there's some funny tubes inside the skin of the bag in between my legs. I don't even know why I'm talking like this. I never spoke like this in the first place.
Jamie, you're shining torch. You screwed him again.
For fuck's sake, has Jamie been playing with that torch again? I told him if you put it up his ass, it'd be even worse, but putting it on your fucking ball bag, trying to look in veins inside your ball bag, outrageous. Jamie, put it off and get to bed.
Let him go, Clive.
I've had enough. All he does is lie on all fours, letting that dog sniff his ring piece. It's not having fun. He is not having fun. That's disgusting. That is in my day. We got a box of matches, light at the end of our cock, and that went it. But putting a torch on your ball bag, looking at the inside, fucking shocking. That kid needs to go.
What's your language in front of Jamie?
Ah, fuck him up. Punch him in ball bag if he does it again.
Clive, you foul-mouthed cunt.
Oh, I'm going out to drink, and when I come home, I'm going to be sick all over my own cock, and you're all going to watch. Now fucking shut it.
Which is answered the question early doors, whether I can play this one for my kids.
Right, so that's off. That's off then.
Yeah, that's fine though. Can we listen to Jamie said not this week?
Nah.
Uncle John puked on his cock this week.
And he forced us to watch it. Yeah, you could cut all these bits out and just have these and it's will be then, you could get that in.
Yeah, you could.
But at the moment, 6 minutes deep and
just take all the vowels out, like in the old Hebrew texts,
Yes.
You can
torching ball.
The interesting thing is, if you take the vowels out of a sentence, it will still make sense.
It's amazing, isn't it, how the mind works?
Yeah.
And we're delving.
You're knackered.
We're going to delve deep into that tonight. Should we try a type of, I mean, we've started, but should we try a type of intro just to really get it going?
Iaua.
Does that mean okay?
That's Edward Woodward without the consonants.
Of course. Iaua. Is that the intro?
No, just say. Whereas if you took the vowels out, it'd be would. And you'd work it out, wouldn't you?
Dward. I've got an idea. Right, hang on a minute.
Tell us what your idea is, John.
Oh, sorry.
I'm all ears.
Sorry. Well, Mike, I thought we could introduce the program in the style of the 70s science program. So if we both start, if I count down from 3, and we both say hello at the same time, and then I'll introduce the program. So imagine it's gone. 1, 2, 3. Hello. We've all dreamt of using computers and speaking and being able to transport those words into other people's ears. But in the studio tonight, I'm with Mike Bubbins, who's created a great new form of entertainment known as the podcast. Mike, hello. Hello, Mike. Now, Mike, you've got this wonderful machine you've made. It's made out of plastic. It's got 2 tubes at the front, and there's one rather sizable rubber tube going up deep into the mouth of... deep into the...
Do the intro again.
Okay.
Do it.
So
switch on. And camera.
Hang on, I'll do
sound speed, and action.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to this week's episode of Science Weekly. With me in the studio tonight, Mike Bubbins, a 27-year-old man from Dumfries who's invented a type of machine that allows you to record your voice and take it with you. Mike, hello.
Hello.
Mike, it's great.
First of all, thanks for having me on the show. Thank you very much.
Well, it's certainly a pleasure to have you in the studio tonight, Mike. Right. And your device certainly is very interesting. What we can see here is obviously a small recording unit with a small tape cassette at the front, 2 speakers, and a rather sizable rubber tube.
Cut.
Okay, okay.
John. Yes, John. This is Stephen. You really have to focus. I'm sorry, John.
Sorry, Mike. Just
very
a bit
tight
of a
schedule. Time's money, love.
There was a problem with the there was a problem with the auto cue, Mike. We'll take it from the top.
You're now going to mention the words rubber tube. Just get ready for it. Don't let it catch you by surprise. And clear the studio, please.
Okay, Mike.
Camera speed, and action.
Hello. Welcome to tonight's episode of Science Weekly. With me in the studio tonight, a 26-year-old man from Galbraith named Mike Bubbins, who's... Sorry, Jeff. Can we take it from the top again? It's gone terribly wrong. I will get this time. And it's just the auto cue keeps playing up, and I keep looking at Mike's sizable rubber tube, and I will get there this time. So
okay, let's move on. Camera speed, sound speed, and don't break the reel. And action. Cut.
Sorry about that, Jeff. It did go terribly wrong. Okay, I've got it this time. I've got it, Jeff. Okay.
And keep rolling. And
trucks away.
Sound speed and action. That's a wrap. Okay, loves. Thank you very much.
Moving on. For tea, everyone. Back on set in 15.
That's basically the BBC of the 70s.
Yeah, but what you need is a chalkboard with like an alarm clock stuck to the front with like slate 12 and the date from somewhere in about 1976. And then someone talking about how it was great because all they did was heroin and just smoke loads of weed.
Yeah. All the time.
Great TV show that. Used to watch that
back in the days. Oh, I kept showing the ones on Tomorrow's World back in the day. So Judith Hannah I liked.
Oh, yes.
And there was the fellow with a nice side part in with the dark hair who was like a friendly face.
It wasn't Howard, was it? It was the other fella. Yes.
Howard was the other one with the sort of blonde hair, the side part in. Oh, please, live in the West Country going strong.
Does he? Because I thought Howard was the one who had sort of brown, quite dark brown hair with sort of curly bits on the side and a bit on top. Quite young, probably about 26. Maggie Philbin, of course, the glamorous side of science.
Yeah, God, I should say so.
And I mean, that was pretty much it. And then each week they look at something in the style we've just looked at. There was not as many sizable rubber tubes.
Just do my invention. Come on.
Okay.
Can I not be from Galbraith? Because I'll struggle to stay in the Scottish accent after a while.
Okay. Have you got a favourite? A Brummie, London, Australian, anything? American? American.
Oh, yeah, good. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Action.
Okay, quiet on set. Action. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Hello, and good evening, and welcome once again to another episode of Science Club. With me in the studio this night... Oh, I fucked it. Sorry, Jeff, I fucked it. Start again, Jeff.
Cut.
Okay, quiet on set.
Sound speed, camera speed, and action.
Trucks away. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Science Club. With me in the studio this week, American inventor Mike Bubbins. 27-year-old Mike from the Bronx in New York has brought in a rather fascinating device. It's called the Recordo Electro. It's 3 inches long.
Okay, keep rolling. Pick it up, John.
Sorry, Jeff. I will get this, Jeff. Sorry, Jeff. Okay, from the top.
No, not from the top, John. Just keep rolling. We've got the tops in the can, love.
Very good. With me in the studio tonight is Mike Bubbins. He's an inventor from New York in America, and he's bought a rather interesting device. It's called the Soundy radio recorder, and it's absolutely fascinating. Mike, could you tell us a bit more about this device?
Hey, well, thanks a lot. And first of all, thanks for getting me on the show. So basically what the device does is it picks up sound waves and it converts those sound waves to magnetic impulses by means of, basically internals, which I'm not going to go into. I don't have the time, the energy to do that. But it then transfers those magnetic signals to a magnetic tape. And then the tape will, it basically... When you play that tape back, then it'll sort of everything happens in reverse. Like getting fucked backwards. It'll turn those back into sound waves, and then So, for instance, if you said like, "Hey, everyone, how's it going? I'm on English TV," and then you rewound that and then played it, it would say, "Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm on English TV," but it would be the machine talking. That's the real magic of it. Yeah.
Well, it certainly looks quite fascinating, Mike. But tell me,
it's a fascinating piece of machinery. It really is.
From the front of the unit, we can see the magnetic tape here and here.
That's right.
Our power input on the back. And on the sides, of course, two small portable speakers. But I'm more interested in this rather sizable rubber tube that goes up here.
Well, that's what separates this from a lot of previous inventions, actually, John. So your viewers there in England may have heard of records, gramophones, a vinyl recording means. But what this does is by means of the rubber tube at the back. I mean, this is what distinguished it from a lot of the run of the mill predecessors. Is you can actually, while you're recording your audio, you can stick a rubber tube up your ass. And no one.
It's getting on.
I mean, that really is that's what sets it apart, It
certainly does, Mike. And tell me, how deep into the mouth of the anus does the rubber tube, in fact, go?
Well, it's very much up to the user, John. So, for instance, I mean, the more you use it, I've been experimenting with prototypes now for it's got to be 6 months, and I can probably get in imperial measurements that we use in the States, probably near 9 inches in my asshole, while still maintaining a sort of decent level of recording. So it does affect the pitch slightly. The higher up it goes, you sort of. I'll play back one of my recordings I did earlier, John. Hang on a second.
If we could see one of your recordings, it would be fantastic. If you could just press play on the tape. I think we've rigged something up in the studio, and we can. Mike, take it away.
I'll play for you right now. Okay. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went,
Well, Mike, good luck in the future, and hopefully we'll see that on the shelves very soon. Next, a scientist from Bradford who's replaced his testicles with his eyeballs.
Yeah, miss those days. You'll talk tomorrow. And of course, it would be straight after that, on a Thursday, Top of the Pops.
Yeah. Yes, Top of the Pops. Well, you can't talk a lot about Top of the Pops these days because of what happened. Some of the songs. You can still talk about some of the songs. One of the things I like from those sorts of programs, Bullseye very much so, members of the audience would be given a flat paper hat that you sort of pressed out, and it had a sort of swirly top that went down over your head.
The Radio 1 Roadshow hats.
Yes, the Radio 1 Roadshow hat.
The cardboard, yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Can't get them for love nor money now. Cannot get them for love nor money, but I've had one of them.
Own, couldn't you?
I've tried, mate. You can't. It's impossible. You really need a template for that, and I don't even know if the machines exist anymore, or it's just a sad time.
Well, if any sad prick listen to this knows anybody who makes 3D cardboard hats,
get
in touch.
Yeah, and I'm not just asking for a hat. I want that paper one from the 70s TV shows. I think that's important.
Yeah, I want a yellow Radio 1 Roadshow one.
Oh, now you're talking. Absolutely
preferably
fantastic.
Signed by Gary Davis.
Yeah.
That'd be the Fiesta Resistance, that, wouldn't it?
Oh, Gary Davis. That was Gary Quack Quack. Oops. Was that Gary Davis?
I can't remember. Gary Davis on your radio. That was him, wasn't it?
Because I think it was the other fella who did he does Radio 2 now, Steve something.
Steve Wright.
Steve Wright, yes. It was a game. It would have the sound of a snooker table, and
Whack,
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 oops.
That
Yeah,
one. Yeah,
classic. That's classic.
And great days. Great days.
Well, that's filled a bit of time up.
They used to be down
Conversation.
Barry Island, of course, the Radio 1 Roadshow, but I never went because it was full of rough kids.
I went on one occasion. I think I saw the Manic Street Preachers, Sophie Lawrence. It was Sophie Lawrence from EastEnders. Sophie Lawrence from EastEnders. She was Frank's daughter, and she had a short-lived pop career with a song. I love you, Pat. Pat, come back here. I've taken all my clothes off, and I've got a bow tie on.
Oh, Frank. He's Frank's an exhibitionist, Pauline. Ew.
Come here. I've taken all my clothes off, and I've got a bow tie that spins round. Come a bit closer.
Oh, I'm going to phone all cabs and get out of here.
Oh, great content. Great content.
Albert Square. Great in Albert Square.
Fantastic. I could talk about Albert Square up until a point. It turns shit. It's like any neighborhood. It's great, and then something changes, and it just becomes shit. It's full of wankers. But up until about 93, I think EastEnders would have been a great place to live. You know, Ozcabs round the corner. Remember
fruit and veg shop goes.
What was the Dagmar? Remember the Dagmar?
Oh, the wine bar.
The wine bar. Wilmot Brown. Of course, he committed a terrible atrocity.
Awful man.
Terrible bastard of a man. But he played wonderful acoustic guitar. And I don't like to talk about what he did that was terrible. Involved Kathy. Let's not go into that. But in that episode, he did try and woo her by showing her how he played the acoustic guitar. And I remember being quite impressed by that. The rest of obviously, though I wasn't by the rest.
Yeah.
You know, but
when Kathy was, arrested.
What was that? What happened?
Well, the woman playing Kathy.
Because she'd been she'd enjoyed
her boyfriend's by sucking his dick or something on the side.
No, but didn't your nan have a lovely story about that? Having a bit of wee on
she
it.
did, God rest her soul, yeah. She was quite shocked by that story. And then my Auntie Arlene was explaining to her the ins and outs of it. Much to my disappointment, because I was in the room with my mum as well. And then my nan, I don't think she'd ever heard of fellatio as such.
Yeah.
She's incredulous, Nan. And her exact words were, "What if it had a bit of wee on the end of it?" Which, and what if it had?
That's true. Hopefully, he had a couple of wipes in the car or something, just to dab it off a bit, and then crack on. I don't know. I wasn't there, and I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. What happened or how it all worked out. And if you don't know what we're talking about, if you're under 40, Google it, but don't Google it on your own computer. You'll get in trouble.
Yeah. Google blowjobs. Google roadside blowjobs.
Phallus with a bit of wee on it in human mouth. Just Google that and you'll be absolutely fine. On a work computer if you can. Just get on a work computer and just Google that.
NSFW, safe for work.
Yeah. Or NSFW, nicely safe for work. Type to NSFW, nicely safe for work. Willie.
Piss in mouth.
Willie going in mouth. Just Google that on a work computer.
Paranormal piss in mouth. Just then that'll be.
Yeah. Paranormal NSFW, nicely safe for work. Willie, bit of piss on the end, in mouth. Just Google.
Yeah.
Just Google that. You'll be absolutely fine.
You're awful. I like you.
Here, Arthur. Howdy, Arthur. We'd be like, I can't. I'm trying to Google NSFW safe for work. I'm trying to look for Willie with a bit of shit on the end.
I do like you both at Bramble. They're loving this, the kids, aren't they? Steptoe and Son.
I'd say you're talking NSFW. Just for the fun of disgusted pictures of a Willie with a drip coming out of the end. You make me sick. I'll leave it out, Harold. I was looking for the Willie with a bit of water coming. Adult, I was looking for the willy with a bit of water coming out the end. I get so lonely in the house, I thought I'd Google something that was nice and safe for work. You disgusting pervert. Trying to look at a willy with a piss coming out the end.
Man, you really are disgusting.
Oh, Adult, I just wanted to see a willy with a tit coming out the end. I just wanted to see it go in somebody's mouth. I thought it was nice and safe for work.
Oh, I can't believe you even invented the internet.
Every time I leave the house, you come back with a picture of a willy and some piss on the end. You make me. That's always the same. Every time I come home, you've put the computer on and you've got a willy with a bit of piss. How do you, dirty, disgusting old mate?
You dirty old man.
Oh, Adult, you know I've got problems with my own. I can't get any water to come out of it anymore. I just wanted to see a picture of a bit of water coming out. How dare you? Put the cork in it, you dirty bastard.
Oh, Daddy, you fucking idiot.
You fucking horrible pervert. You horrible, dirty old fucking
no
pervert.
wonder Mum left you, dirty old fuck.
With your dirty, dripping phallus all across my... Look what you've done to my keyboard. Look what you've done to me. You make me sick. I couldn't have clogged up all the numbers with my scudge.
The fucking scudge.
How dare you spray your scudge all over my lovely keyboard. You horrible, dirty, horrible, scudgy, dirty old fucking bastard. Oh, well, I couldn't control it. My scudge came out. I couldn't control it. I was trying to type in NSFW, nice and safe for work. I've got a good mind to put you in the doghouse, you fucking horrible pervert.
You should swear more, shouldn't you?
Please don't, Adult. The horse tried to put it up me last time. And you bloody enjoyed it, you dirty, horrible fucking slime.
Shut up a minute.
You make me sick with your dirty smudges all over the back of your pants. Put some fucking trousers on, you horrible, dirty. Why did you try wiping yourself for once, you fucking horrible slime? Oh, well, you know I can't get round the back properly. My arthritis is playing up. I can put a stick on me head and type in NSFW on a computer and look at a nice drippy willy. Getting hot now.
Oh, my God. Why didn't they swear? They could have sworn in that fucking programme.
It would have been much better. Oh, God. What are you trying to do? Trying to back a car exhaust up your own bottom, you dirty bastard. At least you could have got someone to let the handbrake off first. Oh, Adult, I couldn't help myself. I was all excited. I got the Stag Triumph out and thought I'd try it out. You horrible, dirty bastard. I've got to get an MOT on that next week.
Oh, fuck off.
Do you think they're going to take my new garage with bombs all over the exhaust pipe? Shit all over the place. Oh, well, look, clean it off. Look, I use my fingerless gloves to wipe it off. Look, that's better. Don't you even try. Don't you even try to touch my car. It's the same last week with the fucking steering wheel covered in shit and cum. Just scudge all over the place.
You silly bastard. Anyway.
Strong episode this week. We're going deep into the paranormal this week.
I love your paranormal, I do.
AF, paranormal as AF. We're really, they're spooked to fuck. I mean, we just had Halloween, and this is like Halloween part 2.
Goosebumps, I have.
Oh, massive wiki goosebumps. Look at the backs of your arms covered in goosebumps. Terrified. Absolutely terrified. I thought I saw a ghost. You didn't think you saw a ghost. You looked at your own penis in the mirror. And I put a little sheet over it, cut some eyes out, made a little ghost stick. Do you really think the children will come round here looking at your ghost stick? Oh, well, it's Halloween. They love it.
You dirty old man. That is not a treat.
You call that trick or treat, you dirty, horrible, dirty, dirty snipe.
Oh, God.
It's a good one when you're getting hot and it's coming out now. Left, right, and centre. Strong episode, though. Very, very strong episode.
Yeah, decent. Well, I've been going for about
29
30 minutes.
Yeah. So, how long should we give them tonight? You got any more in you?
Okay, they're not paying for it, are they?
No, it's all free. It brings some light into people's lives, so that's something of a gift, I think, in a way.
Yeah.
But,
I'm not going to lose any sleep over giving these dickheads less than they think they deserve. Are you?
I'm here until I've had enough. I've got a pizza downstairs, so I'll go and have a bit of that, have a can, watch a bit of TV. I'm getting quite windy. I might have to.
Yeah.
That's what you get for having a can of Heineken just before we begin. So, the standards here are just outrageous. This is
awful.
Fucking terrible. If someone was paying for this, if this was paid, Channel 5, the Dave Network, ITV, if they were paying for this, it's gone in the first 15 minutes.
Oh, fuck him. I don't care.
Complete freedom of expression here, though. So that's what I prefer. Really let yourself go. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
What do you reckon the listeners are doing now? I bet someone's in a car.
Ground floor perfumery, stationery and leather goods, wigs and haberdashery, kitchenware and food going up. First floor, telephones, gents ready-made suits, shirts, socks, ties, hats, underwear and shoes going up.
And I like the end where it goes.
Yeah.
Fucking great. Again, another bit of content. That's a good 45 seconds they've got there.
Do you like that bit of music, man?
Lovely bit of music,
Ground floor
actually.
perfumery, stationery and leather goods, wigs and haberdashery, kitchenware and food going up.
Hazelhurst, I believe.
First floor, telephones, gents ready-made suits, shirts, socks, ties, hats, underwear and shoes going up. Anyway.
Have you ever been to a department store?
I'm free, of course. I have.
I've got a great story about a department store from about 1991, 92.
Go on then.
And I must say, if Rhys is going to edit this, he must block this name out, because I know he's let a few
producer
go.
Rhys anyway?
He's fucked it off, hasn't he? He's in Canada and he's gone off to rub some maple syrup across his tits or something. He just couldn't come. Completely ballsed it up. He's very. There's no effort in this. But when he does cut them,
testing those against a moose as we speak, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing all that stuff Canadians do. Ice hockey shirts and
dirty perverts.
Horrible. Look at you with your disgusting ice hockey shop. You make me sick. Covered in scudge all over the shop. You horrible, dirty.
Oh, I'll leave it out. I'd put my favourite Toronto Maple Leafs top on. I just got a bit of scudge all over it. Donald, it hurts. There's blood coming out the tip, Donald. Sorry, Rhys is he's dead or something. But if I do recite the story,
Sarah? What's going on?
She's gone. It's literally the two of us. I've pressed record on my computer. They've both gone. They're doing something Canadians do around about this time of day.
Yeah.
Smoking weed or something, probably getting high.
Legal over there, isn't it?
Yeah, left, right, and centre. Smoke weed every day. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
You can
smash a bong legally any time of the day or night. Not my cup of tea, but on
the old puff.
Each their own, isn't it?
Oh, jeez.
If they want a bit of the old Mary Jane, I'm white to say no.
Yeah, if we had it over here, I'd be happier. But sadly,
I know you would be, because you're a filthy drug addict, aren't you? Like Sam.
I'm not a regular user. I mean, in the old days, I used to smash it. But, say you're at a party, it's Christmas or summer holidays, you're at the beach, someone offers you a reef. Yeah. I'm not going to say no.
No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Yeah.
Do. Yes, I remember when we used to stay in the government yard in Trenchtown. I'm observing hypocrites as I would look at the tip of my phallus saddled NSFW safer word.
Pass the dutchie on the left-hand side. Pass the dutchie on the left-hand side. A tag up. Give me the music, let me jump. And a tag up. Give me the music, let me jam.
Wonderful tune. Absolutely wonderful tune. Can't go wrong with that.
Musical youth.
Classic.
Musical youth.
Had a terrible time.
Past the duchy. And of course, the duchy was someone from Holland or that area, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was a song all about what they used to do traditionally in Holland when they smoked weed. It was what they call a dick bong. They pick the strongest man in the village. They strip his clothes off. And I don't like to be graphic. They would rub the phallus until it became fully solid. Then at the base of the balls and the penis, they cut a small hole, put a cone in there, which is a type of metal implement that was stacked with cannabis weed. Pop it in, light it, and then suck the fumes from his cock.
Yeah,
suck the fumes from his cockeye, the dick bong. Yeah. And that song is all about sucking weed through a Dutchman's phallus.
Pass the Dutchie upon the left-hand side.
Pass the Dutchie upon the left-hand side. And of course, the Dutchman would only be passed around via the left because everyone else was using their right hand to hold their partner's genitals, whether that was a man or a woman. Yeah. It was a very popular thing in the 70s with people who took cannabis. Part of the reason why cannabis was finally criminalized because it was just causing these outrageous parties.
A tag of bomb means as they went past you, just write your name on their bottom cheeks.
Yeah, that was it. And the flux of Dutch people being smuggled into Britain just to be used for dick bonging just was outrageous. And the government just clamped down. They just didn't want any more Dutch people coming in. And you'll find there are very few Dutch people in the UK now because of that. Yeah. It's just the nature of the beast. Should we do some American voices?
It's up to you. I've done one already.
We can try a couple.
For
Mike, I tried to walk into the room, but I noticed there was a scudge on the floor. It didn't look good. It was stinking of fish. Powerful smell, strong, coming from one of the boys who ran the second-hand store around the corner. You know them as Steptoe and Son, the good guys, but one of them, he looks for
I'm
NSFW.
sure they're good guys, but the old fella comes in here all the time, and he's always got his bits and bobs hanging out. And
that old guy.
He wants to do crazy stuff, and I don't think he ever washes his asshole. He comes in here and he's, he just stinks, Mikey. He stinks.
Look, kid, I know that he stinks. I know that he put a sheet on his dick to make it look like a ghost for Christmas. I know that he tried to... It
wasn't even scary, Mikey. It was just wrong,
Yeah, I know.
Waving that thing around all over the place, saying trick or treat. That's not nice.
The old guy's doing what he can. He doesn't have much. All he has is a Triumph Stag that he backs into his anus on the reg, the ghost dick clock that he makes, or the NSFW videos of a dick with a drip coming out the end. Give the guy a break.
He's got that drippy son of his. I mean, what's he doing with his life, Mikey? He comes in here, he always looks scruffy. He's always having to go with his old man. The old man's having to go with him.
That kid, he came in here. He had a ghost stick on. He came up. He came up to me. He told me trick or treat. I said trick. I punched him in the balls. Took his money. What an asshole! Every time he comes in here, he says trick or treat. Pulls his penis out. What's he got on the end?
He came in here last week with Duchovny. Okay, they both walk in here bold as brass.
Don't talk to me about Duchovny.
The old fella gets his fucking ghost dick out and starts going woo, woo, woo. Well, the company's having none of that shit. He says, hey, listen, old man, you're trying to scare someone with a dick. He goes, hey, have you ever seen Paul Hogan, the Australian fella? He goes, that ain't a dick.
You got a big knife. I know him.
He goes, that ain't a dick. This is a dick. And he got his dick out, and I'm not shitting you, Mikey. This thing was, God damn it, must have been 24 inches on the flop.
I saw this guy. He came in here. He had a dick the size of his own body. Had to strap it to his back. That's how big it was, right? He put his whole entire dick in here. You know what he did? He put it on TV. He got a friend with an equally sized dick. They made a TV show called Steptoe and Son. They made $1 million in the UK. We never heard of them here. But in the UK, they made $1 million. That's what I'm saying. If we put our dicks on TV, we'll be millionaires, Frankie. Okay, I got some lipstick. Should I put a face on it now? No, you dummy. You don't put a face on your dick with lipstick.
You don't put a face on a dick? What kind of freak are you? It's already got a mouth. It needs eyes. What are you, blind?
We got to think big, Frank. We got to take it to the execs. You know what I'm saying? We got to get to the big guys, Hollywood. That's why I suggest.
You know who's got the biggest dick I ever saw?
Who is that, Frank?
Johnny Weissmuller.
Oh, Weissmuller. Don't talk
He
to me
had a
about
dick
Weissmuller.
like a tree. I've never seen anything like it. Okay?
Weissmuller.
He'd be swinging around the forest. Sometimes that thing would pop out of his loincloth. I've seen it knock a fucking elephant over. Bang, gone.
Weissmuller. I knew him when he was 8 years old. You know the thing with that kid? He might have been 8 years old, but his dick was the size of a full-grown man. You know what he used to do? He used to like to go to the movies.
I ain't interested in you looking at 8-year-old guys' dicks, okay?
Hey, I wasn't looking at it, kid. He forced it on me. You know what he used to like to do? He used to like to go to the movies. But a lot of them, they were just too much for him. He was 8 years old. He couldn't get in to see The Creature from the Black Lagoon. That was an X-rated movie. So you know what he did? He got his man-sized dick out, put some spectacles on it, and then he got in for free. And it was so damn popular, he used to sneak other kids in inside his ball bag. And you know how they called him? Jamie from Jamie and the Magic Torch ended up working as security, and he noticed something was up. So one day, in goes Johnny Weissmuller with his man-sized penis and a couple of kids stuffed in his ball bag.
Yeah,
So
this is
get
what
in to see
Duchovny was telling me.
movie.
So the fucking Jamie guy starts shining a flashlight on Weissmuller's ball bag, and hey, surprise, surprise, he finds 8 kids from the neighborhood in there. Snuck in to watch Jason and the fucking Argonauts.
He threw them all out, and they were banned from that cinema till the day they died. And you know what? I say, fuck them, kid. Fuck them. Johnny Weissmuller, don't talk to me about Weissmuller. That son of a bitch tried to touch my anus on 3 separate occasions.
Just a crazy cat, man. You know, but there was different times.
Hey, damn right, it was
different times.
Back in those days.
You know, who was the broad who played Jane there, you know?
Oh, I don't remember the name, but she used to come here all the time.
She used to come around the back of the lot back in the day, you know. Hey, I'd like to tell a little Hollywood secret for you, okay? She had 6 titties.
6 damn titties. I can swear
That's
by
why
it.
she got to work all the time. Because Weissmuller was obsessed with 6 titties.
They say Weissmuller wouldn't go with nobody unless they had 6 tits, and that broad had him. He took her to the moon and back. He gave her diamonds. He gave her snakeskin handbags. He even bought her a goddamn Mercedes-Benz. And you know what she did in return?
A pearl necklace. I mean an actual pearl necklace, okay, you dumb freak?
Okay, I'm sorry, Frank. I got carried away.
Yeah. Well, not everyone's got a one-track mind, Mikey, okay? I mean a necklace made of pearls. Weissmuller was many things. He wasn't an animal. He wasn't around jizzing on Jane's neck.
Don't talk to me about Weissmuller. I know all about Weissmuller. He was a bad guy. He used to come in here every day, take his pants off, put 2 marbles up his ass, then fart them back out of my face. How do you like that? Huh?
Hey, you know, the guy's got to make a living, man. So that was his thing, you know.
Hey, he's right, Frank.
Don't get
the guy had to make a living.
Don't get so down on a guy.
It's true.
What, you haven't got a peccadillo of your own? You don't do things that some people think are kind of strange?
I don't touch below the waist. You understand? Anything below the waist,
but that's your
sick.
choice, man.
Any man who touches below his own waist when he shouldn't do is sick. When I take a piss, you know what I do? I just let it out of my trousers. I let it out of my trousers. I leave the same trousers on for 2 days. That's what
the step-toe guy does. That's why he stinks of piss all the time. There's worse things in life than pitching you for loose. You know what I'm saying? walking around stinking of piss, firing marbles out of your asshole? You think that's like the third way? You think that's a good thing?
I never knew anybody in this business who didn't do it as good as John Weissmuller. He was a tough son of a bitch. He managed to fit 8 kids in his ball bag, sneak them into the movies, get back out, shoot his own movie with 8 kids still in his ball bag, then get back to the movies in time to buy them all popcorn and give them a ride home in his Mercedes-Benz. He was one son
Well,
of a
that's the thing about Weissmuller. Weissmuller was a very, very strong man with a very, very liberated attitude to things such as smuggling small children, friends of his, into the cinema in his ball bag. And of course, these days that sort of thing would be frowned upon. But in those days, it was partly economics and partly that Johnny Weissmuller was a party animal. He liked to be the life and soul of the party. These would often be friends' children. He wasn't a pervert. He wasn't a sick man. He was doing this purely because he wanted to be seen as sort of a fun figure in the community amongst his friends. He'd say, listen today, I'm quite happy to take the children with me for the day. If they wouldn't mind just popping into my scrotum, I'll take them in to see Labyrinth or Jason the Argonauts.
Very good.
Ghostbusters 1 and 2. I mean,
1 and 2,
you know.
yes. I think the thing with
of course, it's very, very simple to look at Weissmuller through a modern lens. But you must remember this was a long, long time ago. I mean, these sorts of things happened. I mean, John Wayne was known. John Wayne was known for taking small children when he would tuck them under his nipples, and he would pretend he would often pretend that he was Jane Mansfield. He would turn up at these matinees with a large pair of breasts. He said, "Hello, I'm Jane Mansfield." They let him in. But of course, it was John Wayne with children under his nipples. But just different times, and it's very, very simple these days, of course, to say one shouldn't do this, one shouldn't do that. But it's things were different then. This
very
is the
different.
thing. Things
Very
were different.
I think but one mustn't confuse Weissmuller with an artist today, such as Michael Jackson. What Jackson did was clearly outrageous.
Terrible man.
Weissmuller was doing something for the community. By allowing people to store themselves in his ball bag and enter the cinema, he was carrying out a service, which is something which has not been noted, especially in his biography, which I was disgusted by, which simply skimmed over the fact that he had a fantastically large penis that he could fit children into. It wasn't even mentioned. And I was sickened by this, and I believe that here today is my chance to let the people of the UK, America, Australia, India, Japan, any country who's interested, to let them know that
Weissmuller always wanted to give something back.
Indeed.
It was his raison d'etre, if you will. I mean, this is something he lived for. He'd found himself tremendous good fortune to be a matinee idol. He'd made a wonderful living out of being in the movies. He'd been an Olympian athlete. And of course, he'd reached that pinnacle of a career. What else could he do? How could he give back to society? Well, by letting the children of his friends, his entourage, travel into the cinema in his penis and his ball bag and watch films for free. And this was something Weissmuller didn't. He never sought approval for it. He never sought any sort of recompense. He did this because he loved to give back. This was the beauty. This was the soul of Weissmuller.
I think that was the most beautiful. The most beautiful description of Weissmuller I've ever heard, and I must agree. I think it was so terribly sad towards the end when Weissmuller.
You limey dicks defending Weissmuller. What are you freaking nuts? The guy used to put kids in his dick.
I think what we're dealing with here is someone who doesn't quite understand. Sir, I would ask you to either sit down or please leave the building.
Get your hands off me, you limey freak.
We do not defend Weissmuller's actions. But it's on my face. It's on my face. It's on my face.
I'm free.
Hey, Arthur, look out. There's a bit of water coming out the end of NSFW.
Oh, how dare you talk to me about Johnny Weissmuller? Trying to fit 8 children in. Who do you think you are, Johnny Weissmuller? You dirty bastard.
I was just trying to do a Johnny Weissmuller, Harold. We haven't even got to the paranormal stuff yet. I mean, it's, nearly.
Warming up, really there.
Just building up,
No major rush. They're not paying for it.
Build it up and build it up and build it up until we're solid as a rock.
Solid as a rock.
Yeah.
That's Finn Simpson?
I believe it is, yes.
Yeah.
Great tune. Slightly sinister video, but great tune.
The G3 is still. Was it on, wasn't it?
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, didn't
Absolutely.
turn away when the sky went grey. Somehow we knew I had to get my dick out.
I do know what I
Didn't
love
bat
about
an
this.
eye when he saw my cock eye. Somehow we knew I had to get my dick out. And soon the both of us learned to trust. I got it out. Then he began to shout. We filled it up and filled it up and filled it up. And now it's solid.
Solid. Hey, come on.
Like Vice Miller's cock.
Solid.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
Brilliant content. Brilliant content. I mean, we're doing so well tonight. You know, there's no way people would not know that this is. They think we'd spent weeks scripting this, getting it all ready, researching it, but it's just off the cuff. It's just straight off the top of the dome.
This is just shooting from the hip.
This.
This is shooting from the hip.
Yeah.
And if you
if you think this is good,
if you are one of Johnny Weissmuller's relatives, if you could not sue us, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah, that would be
Because
good.
you know, we're actually saying these are philanthropists, if anything.
Yeah, totally. Without the work of John Weissmuller, cinema would not have been the way it is today. John Weissmuller's massive cock and balls led to a revolution in cinema and allowed children around the world to watch films that are X-rated.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, lovely.
Good.
So we're good. We're rolling deep now. 51 minutes. I mean, we should come to a close soon.
Well, yeah, I've only got an hour.
Yeah. So I mean, that's literally what 8 minutes and 45 seconds left. Really.
Yeah,
You know.
I mean, maximum that is as well. That's,
Yeah. That's the full pleasure. You know, full pleasure.
yeah. I mean, we'll
And
cut
I
this
could-
down, obviously. Cut all this shit out.
Well, I
Cut it down to
didn't
2 or 3
even get
minutes.
around to telling that story about the department store that I wanted Rhys to edit the names out on as well. I could that'll fill up two minutes.
Ground floor, perfumery, stationery and leather goods, wigs and haberdashery, kitchenware and food going up. First floor, telephones, gents ready-made suits, shirts, socks, ties, hats, underwear and shoes going up.
Back in the 90s.
Captain Peacock, could you send in Mrs. Big Tits, please?
Well, I would, but it seems I'm, yes, okay. But will I see any cleavage? Should we go to Spain? or
Oh,
Holland?
yes, of course. Gratuitous cleavage, yes, of course. Don't please ask her not to say any words because we'd have to actually pay her more money then. So
I was
the
wondering.
basis of the joke, Captain Peacock, will be that I'll ask to see Mrs. Big Tits. She'll walk in with large breasts and then walk out of the scene again, and no one will be any otherwise. I mean, that's just
It's a
the
winner.
thrust of it, certainly. You know.
That's a winner. Winning all the prizes.
I'm free. What?
52 minutes deep now. If we hit that hour mark now, we smashed it. We smashed it. This
Oh,
week.
yeah.
This is a really
Well,
strong.
bang a bit of paranormal shit
One of the
in there,
best.
just to, you know.
Let's have a look. All right, go on. Could you? I tell you what. I've got some, but as I dig it out, could you maybe? Let's think of have you done Fred Durst? You've done Fred Durst, haven't you? Let's think of another. What's a nice song? What's a really good one? More questions than answers.
Okay, I don't know the words, but I'll make it up.
Just make it as hum. Yeah, as hum.
There are
Question of sport, Bill, well
more
done.
questions than answers. Pictures in my mind, there's something new. There are more questions than answers. And the more that I find out, the less I know. And the more that I find out, the less I don't know.
Oh, misses.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not a good. Sorry, that's not a good one. I'll just
No?
Okay. All right. Here we go.
There we are. You're literally
Okay.
just Googling this right now, are you? You didn't have this on your phone, really?
But, yeah, more or less. Yeah. Right. Here we go. Last couple of minutes now. Sorry, the ads are popping up. You've got to get them off.
Man claiming to be from 2714 said aliens would land on Earth on August 11th and start a war. Make sure you don't have any major plans set for August 11th because apparently aliens are going to land on Earth and start an
when?
This year. So
That's happened, isn't it?
it's happened, isn't it?
Go on, then.
All right. Those aren't our words, but the words of TikTok user, aesthetic time warper, or
Don't give him any publicity. He doesn't give us any, does he?
Sorry. According to our intrepid traveller from the future...
4.5 minutes, John.
Okay.
Minutes.
Okay.
So,
according to... Sorry. I'll start again.
So, cut.
Okay, quiet
And
on set.
action.
Chalks away. It's a quite sizable rubber pipe, Mike, and you've managed to push about 5 to 6 inches deep inside of you. How exactly does that affect the recording process? Blood. Hurting.
Now over to Judith Han with a Sony Walkman.
Thanks, Mike. So, this week, music on the go. They're called headphones, and this unit is called a Walkman. If you place it on, you can take music. If you place it on, you can hear this music wherever you go, on the street, on the bus, or even in the car. Happy Christmas. Michelle Mark. Oh, dirty old man. Believe it or not, I was just trying to back the card into me rectum.
That's the old man.
Oh, dirty, you thought I'd make a dick go south of a bit of Addled. I was just looking for some NSFW addled. Right and stop. The time's
Ground
place
floor,
continue
jewellery,
about.
stationery and leather goods, wigs and haberdashery, kitchenware and food going up. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba.
That was probably the strongest ending we've ever done to a podcast.
Yeah,
That was really good.
And I think we've answered a lot of questions, haven't we?
Yeah, loads of questions there answered. Really, really
If you don't know
strong.
about that, you can just Google it.
So
Draw
to
your own
remember,
conclusions.
if you're in work, try and go on one of the better computers like your boss, and just type in NSFW, nice and safe for work. Willie, bit of water coming out, mouth, Johnny Weissmuller, kids, dick, and you're
That is
just type just.
that's a recipe for. Yeah, I mean you'll do well with that. You'll do well.
Yeah, just do that. Yeah,
Do get
just do
arrested.
that. Yeah,
Just remember you've been listening to
not this.
the Richard Herring podcast.
Yeah. So just remember NSFW, nice and safe for work.
Do you know what? I got no sympathy for those idiots because if you're in work, mate, here's a plan. Do some work.
Yeah, that's true. But
If you end up getting sacked for looking at a dick in work because you thought, don't blame us.
Nice and safe for work. So.
Unless your job's looking at dicks. I mean, if you're like a plastic surgeon who does dicks all day, then by all means, look at a picture of a dick in work. Otherwise, that's research, isn't it?
About 1 minute to go now.
Doctor.
Do you know what we should do? We should just, do you remember in school when a teacher, you'd all pretend to hum, but you keep your mouth open and you'd fuck the teacher off?
Oh, yeah.
Should we just do that for the last 45 seconds?
Well, you do that and while you're doing that, I'll just sing Are You Being Served again?
Okay.
Ground floor, perfumery, stationery and leather goods, wigs and haberdashery, kitchenware and food going up. Ba, 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 ba. Right, who's making that noise, please? Who's making that noise? I know who it is. No, right. I'm going to finish I being served, and that bell at the end of the lesson is for me, not you. Right. First floor First floor telephones. Right, who's that now? First floor telephones, gents, ready-made suits.
That's an hour. Mike, we did it.
Is that? We did
It's
it.
an hour, yeah. We did, yeah.
Oh,
So I'll power it off now, is it?
just press stop, whatever.
Wicked. All right. Nice one. The demon seed.
Broadcast, you must be mistaken.
Come on down here and help with this.
Demon seed.
Paranormal existence.
You mean to say you came here purposely?
The first move in the great conspiracy had been made.